Hey guys, Franco Charles here. Listen, I trust that you're living a life of purpose, maximizing your potential, and living the empowered lifestyle. Perhaps you've been in leadership position before, a supervisory position, a team leader, or even having the responsibility to just bring about change. Change is always inevitable once you understand the impact that you will make, and that is to help others to become better. In leadership, the number one focus and goal is helping others to become the best version of themselves. While leadership could be a rewarding experience, it can also have a negative response. And also it can be challenging if you don't understand the challenges that comes along with leadership. Well, I don't just want to focus on leadership today. I want to focus on some of the challenges and how we can navigate through those challenges and allow those challenges to become a rewarding experience. Because until then, you will always find yourself going through those hurdles. But it doesn't have to be that way, because just imagine helping someone to discover their potential, giving them the fuel to transform their lives, and watching them grow and develop to become what they thought they never could be. That is the journey of leadership. But today I want to share with you the 3 P's that every leader, if you desire to be an effective leader, you will encounter one of these challenges. And if you're not passing the first one, it's going to be a major challenge. What are the 3 P's that every effective leader, again, if you're desiring to be effective, these are the 3 areas or 3 challenges you will always experience. Remember, being in leadership or being on a team or leading individuals, you are what I like to call in the people's business. Your responsibility is to help people to know how to ignite, empower them to transform their abilities to get the results. Not only that, but to become better. First P is people. If you are leading, serving, manager, supervisor, pastor, leader, team lead, you're going to encounter people. And as long as you are dealing with people, you're going to have the opportunity to be challenged. I've watched over the years individuals who don't know how to navigate and work with people and seeing it as an opportunity to grow and not allowing it to destroy them. That is one of the major challenges most people fail. Most people don't know and still learning even to this day how to deal with people. I know in my early days of building teams and working with individuals, people were my greatest challenge, and I had to learn years later how to deal and work with people. If you're failing the people's tests, which is the first P in the test, that every effective leader, even a leader, a person just starting out, you will be tested by people. Now, how you navigate that test will lead you to the second P, but I'm not done yet. I'm not there yet. Failure with the first test, which is people, will allow you to not grow and allow what's supposed to take place within an organization, a church, and even in your own personal life, it will be voided. The people test is the number one test every person that is working with people will experience. And if you don't know how to engage and to learn and to grow from people, and boy, let me pause and say this real quick. I learned the hard way. I didn't always know how to work with people, deal with people. People got on my nerve and I wanted to just quit and not deal with them. But through the test of understanding that I'm there in the lives of people's lives to make them better, to move them from one place to the other, I began to receive the major positive impact and residual impact of when I learned how to deal with people. Again, if you don't know how to deal with people, you'll be frustrated. You will always be discouraged. You'll be annoyed. You'll be negative. And then all of a sudden you find yourself losing what I like to call deflated influence. And when that begins to happen and people begin to hear you nagging and complaining and so many other things happening, it's simply because you haven't learned the people's test. You will be tested. If you're going to be an effective leader, you will be tested by people. Now let's get to the other two, because the second two, which has been the last, will ultimately put in perspective the first. Because if your people tests fail, then the second P is performance. Have you noticed that when people get on your nerve and you're not understanding and you're not gelling and all of a sudden you're annoyed, you're frustrated, your performance is affected. You begin to now have a low morale. You're not giving your best. You begin to say, if they're not doing it, I'm not going to do it. It shouldn't be that way. But when you understand people and understand where to place people in your sphere or circle of leadership, you understand now, I'm there to help people to become even better than they are. You don't leave people the way you found them. You make them better on the journey of where they're going. So the second test is performance. Don't allow your performance to be predicted or, watch this, be gauged by how people treat you or how people are. You must maintain your performance, because your performance is your character. Your performance is the signature mark of how you do things. Last but not least, perspective. So you're going to have the people's test, the performance test, and finally, perspective. How you view everything else determines your reality. People ask me all the time, hey Frank, how is it that you just stay focused and you just continue to just maintain your mentality and you just do what needs to get done? Because I went through the test. I lost jobs not knowing how to deal with people. I lost opportunities not knowing how to deal with people. Some lessons can be very costly, and that's why I'm sharing with you today. You will be tested with people and by people as long as you in this category called leadership. And when people test you and you fail that or you don't fail, your performance will always be at the bargaining table. You will be challenged. And finally, your perspective is how you view it. How I view my performance and people will determine ultimately how effective, not that I become, but how I remain. Friends, I trust that this empower you today, because you will be able to deal with people. You'll be able to navigate through the various situations and understanding that, listen, if I'm going to be effective, I must understand the three tests that I will experience, which is the three P's: people, performance, and perspective. Of course, there's a more volume of this that I can share, but I'm out of time. I trust that this empower you today. Learn the true tests of people, performance, and perspective, and watch your life go to a whole nother level. Until next time, you stay